What's up, guys? It's Saturday, the 29th of February. In case you didn't know, it's a leap year. So we get this extra day every 4 years. You should take advantage of it. Go out and do something you never thought you'd be able to do. Wrestle an alligator. Kiss somebody with a mouthful of cold sores. Take your chances is what I'm saying. But actually, earlier this week, I believe it was Monday or Tuesday, I received a Facebook message. Somebody asked me about the dogs here. You know, they run wild, and they asked me how bad rabies was in Cambodia. Now, the coincidental thing was that the same day they messaged me with that question is the same day Aaron in Cambodia, his channel is linked down below, posted his video that he had been bitten by a dog. So like I said, sometimes coincidences happen, but still, it's something I don't think I've talked about. So a lot of people worry about malaria, they worry about dengue fever, but the facts are there are more cases of rabies in Cambodia every year than either of those other two. That's because there are about 5 to 8 million dogs that have the rabies virus. And dogs run wild here. Even if they're owned, they usually are not vaccinated or anything like that. So it continues to be an endemic of sorts, and people do get rabies a lot every year, and some people die from rabies every year because they're not aware that they have it. So what should you do if you get bitten by a dog? It's really easy. Whether you think you know the dog or not, whether the dog was showing any symptoms of rabies or not, you should definitely get a set of rabies shots right away, because you never know. The fact is, and by the way, that's just 5 to 8 million dogs. That's not counting all the other animals that could carry the virus, like cats. There's a lot of stray cats and other animals. So, you should, if something like that happens, you should seek medical attention. Get a set of rabies shots. They're $50 for each shot, I believe. Although I have heard some expats say there's a place that does them for $25. I can't verify that though. To the best of my knowledge, each rabies shot is $50. We're gonna go in that old abandoned building one night. Check it out. Anyway, symptoms in animals and humans can take anywhere from a few days to a few months to show up. So like I said, just because the dog's not foaming at the mouth or the animal, whatever it was, is not showing any symptoms perhaps of rabies, doesn't mean that they don't have the disease. And by the time people or animals start getting symptoms of the disease, it's always too late to save them. And it is fatal. That animal or that human will die. Once they start showing signs, it's too late. So if that happens to you, a word of advice, get the shots. Don't mess around with your life. This isn't some small infection we're talking about that will heal over time. This is actually life or death. Now, for the most part, dogs do run wild here. You've seen them probably in most of my videos, just walking around. The majority of them here in the city, though, I think are they won't come up to people, but they just want to be left alone. They're not at all overly aggressive. They might bark and growl and make a pretense of protecting their territory when you're walking by or something, but generally you stomp your foot or wave your hand or even try to step toward them and they'll go scuttling off. But most of the time they just want to be left alone. You leave them alone, they're going to leave you alone. But one of the signs, one of the symptoms of rabies is overly aggressive, or being an overly aggressive animal. So once that starts happening, ooh, coffee. So once that starts happening, it's too late for the animal, and they're best to be avoided. Yeah, I was kind of surprised to learn that there are more cases of rabies in Cambodia every year than there is malaria or even dengue fever. So it is something you should take very seriously. And get it taken care of. I mean, I see people posting in the Facebook groups, the expat Facebook groups. Hey, I just got bit by a dog. I just got scratched by a cat and it drew blood. What do I do? Don't waste your time posting in these groups. If that happens, get yourself a series of rabies shots. Here's the those are street, I want to say clams. They're quite popular among the locals. To me, they're just a lot of work to get into that shell to get a little bit of meat. Too much work for the reward. Tuk-tuk. Oh, nah, no tuk-tuk. So that was one question I had. Somebody else wanted to know specifically about the EG visa extension. The EG is also known as the Looking for Work visa. So when you come here and you're going to be looking for a job but you don't have a job, thus the name, right? Kind of makes sense. Yeah, you can get that one time, up to 6 months, either 1 month, 3 months, or 6 months. And if you go with the 6 month, it will be $160. And this is where everybody, or some people, not everybody, but there are some people who want to argue with me because you can only get it once. That's the law. You only allow that visa one time, or that visa extension one time. After that, you got to change it to another E-type extension. Oh, I guess we're going to eat. Awesome. But yeah, up to 6 months, one time, $160. And you're good to go. So those are the questions I had. I'm going to sit down here and eat now and show you what's going on over here. Oh yeah. Yeah. He knows. Smells here are incredible. I love these little street food stalls. Anyway, I'm gonna eat. I'll talk to you guys later. Alright guys, it's a little bit later in the evening. I was gonna take my camera out again at the market, but I had my hands full of food and my gimbal was in my backpack, so. And right now it's charging, so for this clip it's gonna be a little shaky, because I wanted to be sure that it's charged. And I want to thank Aaron in Cambodia, and I'll tell you more about that tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I'll show you why tomorrow. Another good opportunity, and I'm excited to get it started. I'll explain it all in my next video. But I just wanted to answer those two questions about the rabies and about the EG visa. So be sure to drop any questions you have in the comments below. I try to answer them all as much as I can. Also, if you hit the show more button, you'll have access to all my links if you want to donate or join my Patreon to support free education for the kids here in Cambodia. Those links are down below. All the links to my books are down below, including the one I wrote about how to move to Cambodia and live. It's called Live in Cambodia, a guide for living in the Kingdom of Wonder. And I have 2 other books too, so feel free to check those out. Also some t-shirts, those are down there as well. All the links to the channels I like to watch in Cambodia are down below, and all my social media. Go ahead and hook up with me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Yes, I know this is really dark because the lights are not on. Alright, so that's going to do it for this one, because I have to somehow get this key in the lock in the dark. Go ahead and insert your own hole in the dark joke. I know you want to. Pervs. There we go. Give it time to focus. Yeah, so watching a little Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Alright, I'll talk to you guys in the next one.
You are subject 56020. Mission commences. Failure results in eradication. Details to follow.